Make sure all my messages are visible. I tell you guys, I will go live on the my computer when I get things sorted out. All right, welcome. Hold on, sorry about that. Welcome, one and all. This is the Israelite in wow, tripping over my words. Not a good start. Welcome, one and all. This is the Israelite in America. And this is Torah at Night with the Israelite, where we sit and read Torah and, comment. We make comments, ask questions, and just read, right? So give it a thumbs up, like, and please feel free to ask questions. And I'll say that every time someone comes into the live, because people come in at different times, So, oh, hey, on the live, I see one of you on the live. Ask questions, make comments. It's completely interactive and all that. So, yeah. We are picking up in Genesis chapter 25. And I'll just get right into it here. Let's start at verse 19. And I'm reading from the King James, just in case, anyone wants to know, or it'll become apparent. And I know I'm aware of the whatever with King James. Don't at me. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padam Aram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Seems like some barrenness going on in Abraham's family. I'm not sure what that was, what that was all about, but there seemed to be some barrenness running on Abraham's side with some of the women specifically. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Excuse me, got ahead a little bit. Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So red all over like a hairy garment. The wording is a little strange to me. Red like a hairy garment. So just you red and hairy, I guess is what it means. But the way it says, red like a hairy garment. Not sure. Forgive me if you can hear my son. He's supposed to be in bed, but sounds like he doesn't quite want to be. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. We got some favoritism going on here, which is never a good thing. Never a good thing. If there's one thing, well, there's many things, but let's say there's one, we could choose a very important thing to learn from the patriarchs and such, would be don't be showing favoritism. All these Old Testament dads that were showing, pardon me, that were showing favoritism, don't be showing favoritism. It never ends well, whether we're talking about children or wives. Don't be showing favoritism. And Isaac loved Esau, not because he looked good or anything. It says because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob, and it just says she loved him. So I don't know. I don't know, man. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware to him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. And I'm just going to say, yeah, he had to despise his birthright if he sold it for a pot of lentils. Have any of you guys had lentils? I know there are a bunch of people out there that are like, oh, lentils are it. I'm not one of those people. I get me a soup with lentils in it. My wife and my mother can cook amazingly. So if they cook a soup with lentils, I'm eating the soup. But I don't like lentils. The texture is the main thing. So for this guy to sell his birthright, the birthright of the firstborn, for a pot of red lentils, come on. Chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And of course, this is not the same Abimelech. And it only goes, funny enough, it only goes over Abimelech's, it never names him, at least in the scripture. It just uses his title, Abimelech, because Abimelech was a title. It wasn't the name of the king. It's kind of like Pharaoh. So I find it interesting that it doesn't actually name which, what the name of the Philistine king was that they were dealing with. But yeah, it wasn't the same king that Abraham was dealing with. And also, interestingly enough, he didn't go to Egypt. Well, we'll see why in a second. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt. So there you go. That's why he didn't go into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And real quick, because we hear from, the law, the law wasn't given until Mount Sinai and all this stuff. For the people that don't believe that we need to follow the law, God's law, well, how do you explain this? Because, excuse me, the 10 Commandments hadn't been given yet. For the people that are just like, oh, it's just the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments hadn't been given yet either. So what is God talking about when he says, because Abraham obeyed my voice, right? 1, kept my charge. 2, my commandments. 3, excuse me, my statutes. 4, and my laws. 5. What is God talking about? I kind of go over this, well, not this exact thing, but some of these definitions in my video, Why I Keep the Feast of Trumpets, which you should totally check out. So just a question for the people that, just the 10 Commandment people. Verse 6, and Isaac dwelt in Gerar, and the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife. Lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look on. And for that fair to look on, oh, I see some more people coming into the live. Hey, how are you? Leave a comment, let me know. We're just reading the Torah here. And for this people, we have to understand English, how English works, and how certain words have been ascribed to be certain meanings. Like when people see this, oh, she was fair to look upon. In our Western mindset, we just think, oh, she was white. And that's not the case. I'm sorry, but that's not the case. This, she was fair to look on, just means that she was beautiful, that she was of a beautiful countenance, beautiful face, beautiful features, whatever. It does not indicate paleness of skin, lightness of skin, whatever you want to say. Rebecca was not a Caucasian woman. And it came to pass, verse 8, when he had been there a long time, we don't know how long exactly, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. At least Abraham had the sense not to do that within, I don't know, view of the palace twice, because he was in Egypt with Sarah, remember? And then he went to Gerar as well, Abraham with Sarah, and he had the sense not to be, out within view of the palace. Abimelech looking out a window and he can see Isaac. Come on, man. Come on. And Abimelech called Isaac. He's like, what? And said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidest thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because I said, lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, what is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lied with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, he that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. So nip that in the bud. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward, and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. Now you would think that in such a place, they would, use the wells at least while Abraham wasn't around, instead of fill them with water. You know what I'm saying? Also, something I noticed here, if we remember in either it was the previous portion or maybe the portion before that, Abraham had made a covenant with Abimelech, specifically like, hey, this well is mine. I dig this well because your people were messing with my other wells. So here, let me make a covenant to certify this well in my name. This is my well. And Abimelech was like, okay, yeah, sure. What mean these 7 ewes that you set by themselves? All that. Now Abraham is dead, and the people have basically violated the covenant that Abraham made with Abimelech, with the king of the land. So Abraham's dead, and Abimelech's servants, his people, have now broken the covenant that had been previously made. So, and that's pretty significant, right? Verse 16. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. Yeah, his wells are the ones being stopped up. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham, his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. They didn't stop them while Abraham was still alive, right? The Philistines didn't come and bury the wells while Abraham was still living and could do something about it. Interesting that they felt emboldened enough to do so with Isaac. It makes you wonder what kind of person Isaac was. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water's ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well, and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Now, I don't know, I'm going to ask you guys, do you think that Abraham would have stood for him digging wells, right? He's digging fresh wells, and then the Philistines come and take it away by force. It's our water after you dug the well. It's our water. They take it by force. Do you think Abraham would have stood for that? Abraham, who took his guys and went after the kings that had taken Lot captive and all those armies. You think Abraham would have just stood by and let his wells be taken away? I don't think so. I think this was a specific Isaac thing. And I think the people knew it. Right? The Philistines, they knew it. They knew that, hey, we're not dealing with Abraham. This is Isaac. And that just goes to show that even if you don't know, even if you think you are a certain type of person, people that are viewing you, people that know you, they know what kind of person you are. Huh? They know what kind of person you are. Isaac just kind of rolled over for this, in my opinion, because he's very great. He's got a bunch of he has more servants than Abraham had, because Abraham had a bunch of servants, but by this time Isaac is waxing even greater because he inherited all the stuff that Abraham had and then increased on that. So, and he just let these people take the water. I'm telling you. Verse 23. Hi to you in the live. Leave a comment, leave a question, or just listen. Good to have you. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzzath, one of his friends, and Pichol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. See, this is what I'm talking about. When if you remember in I think it was the previous portion, Abimelech, the other Abimelech, the former Abimelech, came with his captain of the army and wanted to make a covenant with Abraham. This is the covenant I was just referencing. And Abraham said, okay, I'll make a covenant with you. But he reproved Abimelech because he had been having some trouble with the Philistines as well. He had been having some trouble with them messing with his wells. Not to the same degree as Isaac, but he had been having some issues. So he reproved Abimelech and said, hey, stop it. Stop your people from doing this. And listen, I'm going to make it. Here are these lambs, these ewes. This well is mine. I don't want the Philistines messing with it. This is my well. This is my stuff. Isaac did not do that. You see, all before here, all these comments are like, oh, we haven't done you any bad, right? We've done you only good. We sent you away in peace, yada yada yada. And just a few verses ago, we read that the wells, Isaac dug like 3 wells, and the Philistines took them away. Hey, it's our water. But here's Abimelech saying, oh, we haven't done anything. And Isaac doesn't reprove him, doesn't say, hey, your people have been messing with my people. You need to give back water. You need to, here's some ewe lambs. Leave our water alone. None of that. That's what I'm saying. If you can be in denial about who you are, about what type of person, what type of man you are, all you want. But the people that are around you and that know, they know. They know. This wouldn't have been the case with Abraham. Hi to you guys in the live, joining on the live. We're reading the Torah right now and just, making some commentary along the way. If you've got commentary you'd like to share, some thoughts, some questions, whatever, put it in the chat. I'll try to be able to see it. I think I have it set where I can see the comments. I'm still, these lives, man. Anyway, glad to have you. Oh, like the live too. You guys, you can hit the like. I'm just saying, you can hit the thumbs up, Verse 31. And they rose up betimes in the morning and sware one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite. And Bathshemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and Rebekah. And once again, just so there's no confusion, because I feel the need to mention these things because so many other people do not. the Hittites, right? Esau is marrying some Hittites. The Hittites were Hamitic. They were Hamitic people. However, oddly enough, one of the things that the Hittites are noted for in history is they were lighter skinned than traditional Hamites, right? They were Hamitic peoples, but they're noted for being of lighter complexion than your typical Hamite. So go figure. Chapter 27. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his oldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. Excuse me. And he said, Behold now, I am old, and I know not the day of my death. Now therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. So, hey, son, I might die. I'm going to bless you, but make me some more meat first. Make me some more of that savory meat, which was the reason I love you. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Interesting. Interesting about that. There may be something a bit more to that than surface level. Hi to you, anyone new in the life. My father, peradventure, will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Behold, because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. So Isaac, I don't know, man. Isaac, you think after your son's growing up with you all this time, you'd be able to differentiate their voices one from another. Maybe I'm sure Jacob, as I think about it, Jacob might have been trying to disguise his voice to sound like Esau. But I mean, come on, you fathers that have been that have kids that are grown, you can tell their voices apart, can't you? Unless it's one of those, I may stand corrected because I do know some people who have a hard time differentiating between their like some of their kids, especially the males, once they get to a certain age. So maybe I stand corrected on that. Maybe. Chapter 22, or excuse me, verse 22. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So I mean, there you go. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. Jo- Shalom, shalom, Joseph. We are just reading the some of the portion here. If you have any input, maybe insight, we'd love to hear it by all means. Shalom to you. And he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?" And he said, "I am." Interesting how some of these kids in Genesis, some of these offspring in Genesis, I mean, they be lying, deceiving, deceptive, disobedient children. I'm telling you, we have Lot's daughters. Ooh, we have Cain and Abel, or we have this. I'm telling you, some of these kids in Genesis, man. We got Reuben lying with his father's concubine, and just a bunch of stuff. These kids in Genesis, woo. Um, verse 25. And he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee." And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. Excuse me. And his father Isaac said unto him, "Come near now and kiss me, my son." And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, "See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee." Joseph says, sounds like kids today. Nothing new under the sun. Well, yeah, nothing new. Nothing new. That's what I'm saying. These kids, some of these kids in Genesis, woo, you think your kid going out past curfew or getting drunk or something is terrible. I mean, whoosh, try Lot's daughters, man. Lot's daughters, or some of Jacob's sons. My gosh. My gosh. Verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. Oh dear. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, "Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me." And Isaac his father said unto him, "Who art thou?" And he said, "I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau." And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, "Who? Where is he that hath taken venison, and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed." And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, "Bless me, even me also, O my father." And he said, "Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing." And he said, "Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing." And he said, "Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?" Say Esau. Esau. So now when the chips are down, Esau's pleading for that blessing, right? He hated his birthright, sold it. Now he's saying, "Oh, he deceived me to get my birthright." That's not true. He sold it. It was his own free will, his volition that he traded it. But now push come to shove, he's like, "No, no, I want the blessing. Father, please, isn't there any blessing for me? Please." Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, "Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?" What? And Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob, because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So we're going to have a Cain and Abel repeat here. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise, flee thou to Laban my brother to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth, those Hittites we were mentioning. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? Playing on Isaac, on his emotions. Even his family knew Isaac was kind of, Rebekah knew. Rebekah knew. I think we'll quit the portion there. If any of you guys have any comments or anything, I enjoy these night portions. I'll try. I think I try to make them a bit of a thing. Sometimes we'll do them longer, sometimes shorter, sometimes maybe more interactive. But yeah, if you thanks to all that stayed and participated or listened quietly. And yeah, we'll see about I'll see you in the next live. I'll be able to see you, live chat in the next live. But I'll be around doing some more presentations soon. Yeah, no problem, my brother. I appreciate you being in the live. We try to do this. I try to do this most Saturday nights now. I haven't done every Saturday yet, but I'd like to make this a more kind of regular thing on Saturday night. So subscribe and hit the all bell so that you get notified of my lives too, unless YouTube starts blocking them. But anyway, I appreciate you being in the live. I look forward to seeing you next time, and then any of my other videos that you have interest in. This has been the Israelite in America. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.